So I recently edited some pictures from the Canon R6, and since then I've been thinking of making a big decision. Maybe it's time for me to switch from Canon to Sony. In my review today, I will be showing you the pictures I just recently edited from the Canon R6, a little bit of my workflow, and I'll be telling you about that big decision. If you want to hear those three, see you at the other side of the intro. Let's go. Primarily, I'm a Sony shooter, and today one of the things I want to do is to see whether I might need to change to Canon. And one of the issues is that Canon, there's always this thing about color science and the skin tone. As you can see in this image is going from the R6, and this is one of the newest of the Canon and the Canon mirrorless range line. The image is fantastic. It looks great as well. A nice short pose. This image was actually gotten from Lally. I'll leave his description below. So he actually shot this picture. So I'm just editing it. So the first thing is, am I going to be switching after this experience of editing these photos, and what kind of technique should I go for? How should I edit this photo? So you have to make that decision as a photographer first of all. So to start with, I think, although this image looks great, but it's still the skin tone still looks too much. So I'm gonna drop this down to about maybe there. I think that's okay, and then I'm gonna bring that down a little bit, and then a little bit of too much of the highlight to kind of retain those texture and the details in the sky as well, and a little bit of that, and the shadow just a little bit of increase. And I feel this image looks great now, looks better than it was before. And what I will now do is to go to Photoshop, where you guys can see that the settings for this is up there. So okay, let's go to Photoshop now, and this is the image right here. And so what I'm gonna do now is, I've been able to decide that I don't think I need to go overboard on this picture. So the first thing I did was to bring this picture up here and create this highlight. I already have an action for the highlight already, so I already have this highlight. So I created it, just play it. You can also learn how to do your own create your own actions. I have videos on creating how to create actions on my YouTube, so you can go back and watch. And all I'm doing is just taking my brush and painting over here. You guys, I'll do the before and the after now. You guys can see, I don't want to waste time on this part, just want to show you guys. You guys can see the before and the after. You can see that it's a subtle change, but when you look at it overall, it's making a good impact on the overall photos. But you're not doing too much, you're not going overboard, and you're maintaining the texture and the quality of your image. And all I need to do next is just to return the image as it were. You guys can see those subtle changes there. And then the next thing I would do is just to blend the skin. So I'm gonna have this action. So first of all, let me merge these two layers, and then I create this action for. So all I want to do in this section is just to blend the skin. Like I feel this place looks great, but I can still blend it to look better. So I can sample. All I need to do is to go here, pick on this, and then sample here, and I can paint under the under the eye there and make it look better. You guys might not see the change. You might say, oh, nothing is happening, but something is actually happening. I'm gonna do the before and the after, and that's it. Again, there's a subtle change there, but it makes a lot of difference. You can do the same for the rest of the body, and that's what I did for most part of the body. And what I did after this was to take this photo to Lumina 4 after making all these changes and just change it to the sky. But I do feel that this is too much. But in your own opinion, I don't know what you guys think. Maybe you prefer this one to this one. Maybe this is a little bit overboard. But obviously, you can see a little bit of you can fine tune them in Lumina 4. Like I said, I don't want to waste too much time on this, just to show you guys my process and to say, will I be switching to Canon after this experience? So my overall thought is that I see that the Canon looks much better when it comes out of the camera, straight out of the camera. However, you still need to do some correction on the tone on the skin, and that's the same thing with Sony. Although the Sony looks worse when it comes out of camera, but you can also do the same thing I just showed you now with the Sony. If I don't need to do any skin tone correction, then okay, fine, but I still have to do the same with the Sony as well, and the Canon. And it won't take me more than maybe a minute or two to do that. So I don't think that's a much. And one thing about Sony is I love the dynamic range, and this one isn't that bad as well. And I love the autofocus. This autofocus on the Canon 2 is not that bad. So my overall assessment that I will not be switching, but I enjoy editing these photos.